To the Daily Cyber Briefing for Friday, the 22nd of December. I'm Stephen Ridgway. Only a handful of things, not that much, that I came across today, but just a couple of things to bring to your attention. Ivanti Avalanche is so there's a vendor of enterprise MDM solution. One of the better, well, I wouldn't say better, but it's certainly one of the more enterprise focused MDM solutions. There is a patch available, in fact, an update available to the Avalanche product, which fixes 13 vulnerabilities. Some of which have got quite high CVSS scores, highest being, I think, 9.8. Remote code execution, buffer overflows, all sorts of things, all sorts of nasties going on. Now, if you've gone to the trouble of running an enterprise MDM solution, you don't want that to be the thing that results in the compromise. So have a look for that if you are using it. It is, I believe you are aiming to get to Avalanche 6.4.2. Which will address these particular vulnerabilities. So that's a good one. Microsoft warns of a new, what they're calling the false font backdoor, which is targeting the defense sector. Microsoft is saying that APT33 refined kitten, I like that one. So many different names, also known as Peach, Sandstorm, Elfin, and various other names. But it is false font is a custom backdoor. It's got the usual functionalities, but basically allows operators to remotely access infected systems, launch files, download things, send information to the command and control server. First seen in November this year, but is being seen to be being pushed by this particular APT group. They are, as far as I am aware, supported by, they're supported by Iran. So again, looking to target organizations that may be seen to be in support of Israel in the current conflict. Consequently, want to keep an eye out for, even though you may not have offices or people working in Israel, but it is quite likely that the techniques or these attacks will be used on other companies that are seen to be working in the defense sector in countries which are supporting Israel. And whilst we're talking about things related to conflicts, there's been some tit-for-tat cyber attacks going on between the Ukrainians and the Russians. The latest attack has been by the Ukrainians on the Russian Moscow-based water utility and management company. So the Ukraine-aligned blackjack group appear to be responsible for this. They had the stated aim was to demolish, and I can't pronounce the name properly, but Rosvodokanal's IT infrastructure, according to the Ukrainian Pravda. Apparently, they have deleted more than 50 terabytes worth of data, but exfiltrated something in the region of 1.5 terabytes worth of data. This is tit for tat stuff, and appears to be a retaliation for the previous cyber attack on Ukraine's largest mobile telecommunications provider, Kyivstar, which was hit by the Russians on the 12th. So, bearing in mind, we know that disrupting critical national infrastructure, which is a broader category than people think, not just nuclear power stations, so critical national infrastructure is in the firing lines. Those have been a couple of very concerning attacks, both of which appear to have been quite successful. So definitely over the Christmas period is worth keeping an eye out for this sort of stuff. There are adversary groups will be looking for opportunities when they think that defenders are not kind of fully with it, in order to look to see if they can get in, cause more disruption. So definitely keep an eye out over the Christmas break. Make sure that you've got your defensive strategy in place. You've got your, it's a bit late if you haven't sorted out your shifts and your, who's covering what, who's on call, blah blah blah. But just make sure somebody's sober enough to deal with it. Hey, right. Well, that's enough from me for today. The daily briefing will be taking a short Christmas break, and we'll be back in the new year. But I would like to say thank you all to you all for listening in on this. I hope that some of the stuff over this year has proved to be useful, or maybe a little thought-provoking, or has just helped in some way or another. I mean, the reason that I started doing this was because I was doing it anyway, but only for the internal team at that security company. So I thought, well, why not? Why not actually do this and see if anybody listens? It was very pleasing to see that there are a good number of listeners for this. I would also very specifically like to thank Marianne from that security company, who unfailingly sorts out all the stuff to do with getting this thing out there to you. She looks after the way we do the streaming, and she looks after the social media sites. She does a superb job of that and many, many other things. So Marianne, thank you very much indeed. Have a great Christmas, have a good New Year, and I will speak to you all in January.